Enoch and the fallen angels. The story the Bible doesn't tell. The narrative of Enoch, especially regarding the fallen angels, offers a rich tapestry of theological discussions that resonate in contemporary doctrines. One of the most intriguing aspects of this story is its approach to the nature of good and evil. In Christian theology, the fall of the Watchers can be interpreted as a erection of human choice between obedience to God and rebellion, a central theme in the Scriptures. In the context of the Watchers' fall, we can observe the fine line between curiosity and disobedience. Theologically, this leads us to question the role of free will in creation. The choice of the Watchers to unite with human women not only defied divine order, but also raised questions about the responsibility of their actions. The concept of free will is fundamental in Christian theology, where it is believed that each individual has the capacity to choose between good and evil. Therefore, the rebellion of the Watchers serves as an example of how free will can be misused, leading to devastating consequences. Another important point to consider is Enoch's representation as a mediator between God and humanity. Contemporary theology often examines the role of mediators in various religious traditions, and Enoch serves as a prototype of this figure. He is seen as an intercessor who not only conveys God's message, but also seeks to understand and intercede on behalf of humanity. This function parallels the role of Jesus Christ in the New Testament, where he is described as the sole mediator between God and mankind. The figure of Enoch, therefore, offers a perspective that can enrich our understanding of the role of mediators in the history of salvation. Moreover, the narrative of Enoch and the fallen angels touches on themes of judgment and redemption, concepts that are at the heart of Christian theology. The judgment of the Watchers and their subsequent punishment emphasize the certainty of divine justice. In Christian tradition, the final judgment is a central belief, where all, both human and celestial, will be evaluated for their actions. Enoch's story reinforces the idea that regardless of status, everyone is held accountable for their choices. This relationship between actions and consequences is a moral lesson that resonates in many religious teachings. The Book of Enoch also introduces the idea of forbidden knowledge and its dangers. This theme is particularly relevant in contemporary discussions about ethics and morality. In many traditions, knowledge is viewed as a gift, but also as a responsibility. The manner in which the Watchers shared hidden knowledge with humanity can be interpreted as a warning about the dangers of seeking to know without a clear understanding of the consequences. This reflection resonates in modern debates about technology, science, and ethics, where the pursuit of knowledge must be balanced with moral responsibility. In a broader context, the stories of Enoch and the fallen angels can be seen as a microcosm of the spiritual struggles that everyone faces. The struggle between good and evil, the quest for knowledge, and the responsibility of our choices are universal themes that transcend time and culture. Biblical narratives often provide a mirror for our own human condition, and Enoch's story is no exception. Who was Enoch? The story of Enoch begins in the book of Genesis, where he is described as a man who walked with God. This expression implies not only a close relationship with the divine, but also an active commitment to God's principles and commandments. From this brief account, a figure of great spiritual and moral importance emerges. However, the depth of his character and his influence are fully revealed in the Book of Enoch, which presents his life as an example of integrity and faith in times of great corruption. Enoch is seen as a model of virtue, especially in an era when humanity was deviating from God's will. This narrative becomes an invitation to reflect on the nature of faith in the face of adversity. He was not only an example of righteousness, but also a prophet who received direct revelations from God. This prophetic role is fundamental to understanding the extent of his influence and his importance in spiritual history. The Book of Enoch, divided into several sections, offers visions and teachings that go beyond what is found in the canonical Bible. One of the most notable sections is the Book of the Watchers, which narrates Enoch's interactions with angels and the revelations he received about the future of humanity and divine judgment. In this work, Enoch is presented as a chosen being, with the responsibility to convey spiritual truths and warnings about the consequences of sin. The meaning of the name Enoch, which translates as initiated, suggests a deeper understanding of his spiritual role. He is someone who not only received knowledge but also had the responsibility to share it with others. This notion of being an initiated echoes in many esoteric and mystical traditions, where knowledge is considered a path to enlightenment and truth. Enoch, therefore, represents the constant quest for a deeper understanding of the divine and the nature of existence. The context of the fallen angels. The narrative of the fallen angels is a central part of Enoch's story. The Watchers, as they are called, were celestial beings tasked with protecting and guiding humanity. However, their curiosity and disobedience led to their fall. This act of rebellion raises theological questions about the nature of angels and their relationship with God's will. The question that arises is, to what extent do celestial beings possess free will and the capacity to choose between good and evil? The fall of the Watchers is not merely an isolated event, but an illustration of the tensions between order and chaos, between obedience and rebellion. When these angels decided to interact with human women, their actions not only disobeyed God's orders, but also triggered a series of events that resulted in humanity's corruption. This narrative highlights the fragility of the human condition in the face of external influences and the consequences that can arise from misguided decisions. The interaction of the Watchers with human women, resulting in the procreation of the Nephilim, symbolizes the mixing of the divine with the human, bringing forth questions about purity and corruption. This transgression is often seen as a reflection of the temptations that we all face, where the desire for knowledge and power can lead to choices that compromise integrity and morality. This narrative aligns with warnings present in many religious traditions about the dangers of unchecked ambition and the quest for power. The forbidden knowledge. The theme of forbidden knowledge is a recurring one in Enoch's narrative and is one of the most discussed issues in contemporary theological analyses. The Watchers brought secrets and teachings that were meant to be kept hidden, challenging the divine order. This action not only corrupted humanity, but also introduced a new understanding of the nature of knowledge and its implications. In contemporary theology, knowledge is often seen as a gift, but also as a responsibility. The manner in which knowledge is acquired and utilized can have significant consequences. The transgression of the Watchers, in sharing esoteric wisdom, serves as a warning about the dangers of seeking knowledge without the proper preparation and discernment. This reflection is especially relevant in modern debates about technology, ethics, and morality, where the pursuit of knowledge can be a force for both good and evil. Knowledge itself is not inherently negative, but its application and the context in which it is used are crucial. Enoch's narrative reminds us that wisdom should be treated with respect and responsibility, particularly when it comes to profound truths that shape our lives. This perspective is especially relevant in an age where information is widely available but is not always used wisely. The rebellion of the Watchers. The rebellion of the Watchers is a powerful example of the consequences of disobedience. These celestial beings, by ignoring God's command, compromised not only their status but also deeply impacted humanity. The narrative of the Watchers is a reflection on the choices we make and the responsibility we bear for those choices. In theology, the idea of rebellion is often associated with sin and separation from God. The fall of the Watchers can be seen as a metaphor for the struggles that we all face in our own lives. We all have the capacity to choose between good and evil. And Enoch's story reminds us that the consequences of those choices can be catastrophic. The act of rebellion also raises questions about the nature of divine justice. The narrative emphasizes that God does not overlook disobedience, and there will be a response to the actions of celestial and human beings alike. This emphasis on divine justice is a fundamental part of Christian theology, where it is believed that all will be held accountable for their actions at the final judgment. Comparisons with other traditions. The story of Enoch and the fallen angels does not exist in isolation. Many religious and mythological traditions worldwide have similar narratives about celestial beings rebelling and the consequences that follow. These comparisons help us understand how different cultures approach themes of morality, responsibility, and the nature of knowledge. Enoch's narrative can be seen as a reflection of universal concerns about the consequences of disobedience and the pursuit of knowledge. In various cultures, the figure of the fallen angel, or the celestial being who rebels against God, appears in different forms, offering a multifaceted perspective on these themes. The relationship between Enoch and the fallen angels can be found in other occult and esoteric traditions, which often explore the theme of forbidden knowledge. This intertextuality allows us to see how narratives intertwine and influence each other, creating a rich tapestry of meanings that span the ages. The relevance of the Book of Enoch. The relevance of the Book of Enoch in contemporary times is undeniable. In a world where knowledge is frequently discussed and debated, the lessons from this ancient narrative remain pertinent. The quest to understand the forces that shape our reality and the consequences of our actions is a timeless issue. Moreover, the growing interest in apocryphal texts and the search for a more authentic spirituality have led many to revisit the Book of Enoch. The desire to discover hidden truths and understand the complexities of human existence is an impulse that resonates with many today. In a context where ethical and moral questions are more debated than ever, the narrative of Enoch and the fallen angels invites us to reflect on the responsibility we hold in our actions and decisions. The pursuit of knowledge must be accompanied by a profound understanding of the implications it brings. The story of Enoch and the fallen angels is a fascinating journey that challenges us to look beyond traditional narratives. The richness of their experiences, the lessons about forbidden knowledge, and the struggle between good and evil are themes that continue to resonate. Enoch is not merely a figure of the past, but a symbol of humanity's eternal search for truth and understanding. If you found this story intriguing and want to explore more about Enoch, the fallen angels, and their implications, don't hesitate to like, share, and comment. Your opinion matters. Subscribe to the channel for more content that challenges your understanding of spirituality and the mysteries of apocryphal literature. Let's explore together the truths that history and religion have to offer.